I never thought I'd leave Disney World with anything but fond memories. But what I witnessed during my time as an employee there left me with an indelible mark, a stain on my psyche that no amount of time could wash away. It was a sunny afternoon, the kind that promised laughter and joy, but instead delivered a chilling narrative that was all too real. I was working in one of the quieter sections of the park, where the laughter of children was a distant echo, and the vibrant hues of the attractions seemed somewhat muted. It was a place where families came to take a break, to escape the bustling crowds and enjoy a moment of tranquility. But that day, tranquility was the furthest thing from what transpired. As I was making my rounds, I noticed a man, probably in his late 30s, sitting alone on a bench. There was nothing particularly alarming about him at first glance. He was just another guest, perhaps taking a moment to rest his feet. But as the minutes ticked by, I noticed him watching a group of children playing nearby, his gaze fixed and unyielding. I approached him, my senses tingling with a kind of primal alertness that I couldn't shake off. "Everything all right, sir?" I asked, trying to keep my voice steady. He turned towards me, his eyes vacant, yet filled with an unsettling intensity. "Just enjoying the view," he replied, his voice devoid of any emotion. I nodded, but something inside me screamed that this was not right. I couldn't shake off the feeling that those children were in danger. I decided to keep an eye on him, my instincts urging me to protect those innocent lives playing blissfully unaware just a few meters away. As I pretended to go about my duties, I noticed him slowly inching closer to the children, his movements almost predatory. My heart raced, not with fear but with a growing realization that I might be witnessing something profoundly sinister. I grabbed my radio, ready to call for security, but then hesitated. What if I was wrong? What if this was just a concerned parent watching over his kids? But as he moved even closer, his intentions became crystal clear. He was not there to watch over them. He was there to prey on them. I could see it in the way his eyes scanned the area, calculating, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. I couldn't wait any longer. I sprinted towards him, my voice rising in a desperate plea to get the children to safety. The parents, who were chatting nearby, turned towards me, their faces registering confusion and then horror as they realized the danger looming so close to their loved ones. The man tried to blend into the crowd, but I was not going to let him escape. I shouted for help, pointing him out to the gathering crowd. Security arrived swiftly, apprehending him before he could vanish into the sea of people. The aftermath was a blur of police reports and shaken parents holding their children tight, tears streaming down their faces as the gravity of what could have happened sank in. The park, once a place of joy and wonder, had turned into a scene of potential tragedy, a stark reminder that darkness could infiltrate even the happiest place on earth. As I sat in the security office giving my statement, I couldn't shake off the image of that man, his predatory gaze that sought to snatch away the innocence of those children. It was a face that would haunt my dreams, a living nightmare that no amount of daylight could dispel. In the days that followed, I couldn't bring myself to step back into the park. The vibrant hues seemed dull, the laughter hollow. I realized that I could no longer be a part of a world where such evil could lurk in plain sight, where children could be preyed upon in a place meant for joy and happiness. I handed in my resignation, unable to shake off the chilling reality that had unfolded before my eyes. As I left the park for the last time, I couldn't help but feel a sense of loss, a mourning for the innocence that had been stolen, not just from those children, but from myself as well. The world had shown its true colors, a darkness that was all too real, lurking just beneath the surface of the happiest place on earth. It was a chilling reminder that evil could infiltrate even the most sacred of places, a reality that left a lingering sense of dread that clung to me like a second skin. And so I walked away, leaving behind the fairy tales and the magic, stepping into a world that was far more terrifying than any fictional tale could ever be. A world where the monsters were real, and the fear they instilled was not something that could be easily shaken off. as I stepped into the sunlight, I realized that the true horror story had just begun. A narrative that was far from over. A chilling tale that was all too real, and one that could happen to anyone, anywhere, at any time.